This guy, Birdkeeper Toby, has uploaded over 7 billion Pokemon videos on YouTube, but he's never done a Nuzlocke until now. And for some strange reason, he's decided to only use flying types for his first Nuzlocke. You know, the worst typing. So me, as an expert challenge guy with over 5 minutes of experience, is gonna react and roast him. This is a picture of me and Toby at a wedding recently. Now, you may think that this means that I'm gonna be very nice to him because he's my friend, but what's not pictured here is me whispering into his ear that I'm gonna slate him if he does anything wrong. So let's see.
Pokemon expert, right? But I've never even finished a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. I've never even tried before. I've traveled across all the regions of the Pokemon world, collected all the gym badges, caught lots of Pokemon, but I've been so scared to fail that I've never even tried. So feeling nostalgic, I busted out a copy of Alpha Sapphire. And yes, I say nostalgic because Alpha Sapphire came out 7 years ago.
What? Oh, we're all slowly marching toward death, aren't we?
Set off to do my first bird-only Nuzlocke. No, not flying type only, bird only.
Oh, it's bird only. Oh, even better. The greatest types of Pokemon. You've got Pidgey, you got Pidgey 2, there's Pidgey 3, and then there's Pidgey Sinnoh version.
So, straight out of the gate, opening cutscene is absolutely beautiful, showing the original version from Ruby Sapphire and then evolved into this new version for Oras. I've moved to the Hoenn region where I meet my rival May in Little Root Town, and she tells me to find the lovely Professor Birch, who is in trouble and offers me a selection of one of 3 Pokemon to help it.
Clearly, if he's using only birds, then he's gotta go for Trico. Ha, that was a joke. I was joking.
I choose the only correct option here, Mudkip, which...
Oh. What?
Ugh, okay, I choose Torchic, which is the only bird available to me. And with this being Alpha Sapphire, again, this is an added level of challenge, because Alpha...
You know, not doing flying type only and doing bird only instead is actually a pretty good strat, because that means he doesn't have to only use things that are exclusively weak to ice type or electric type. So I see where he's coming from than that. That was a big brain play right there, wasn't it?
Sapphire focuses on Team Aqua and Kyogre. It's got that big focus on there being too much water, and this is a little...
Too much water. We still using that, old man, are we? Hey, do you think people understand what I mean when I say there's too much water in Oras? Yeah, I think people agree that the water routes in the Hoenn region are a little bit too much, and it could do with some dialing back, especially the dive areas that just seem to be completely empty and devoid of much content. Yeah, you're right. If there's anyone that understands nuance, it's Pokemon fans.
And Hoenn actually has a whole host of bird Pokemon, and one which I overlook commonly is Wingull. It is everywhere in the Hoenn region.
It's everywhere in the Hoenn region, just like it's everywhere in the UK. Seagulls are bloody everywhere.
I was also determined not to over-level my Pokemon, not allowing my Pokemon's level to exceed the level of the gym leader.
Oh, we're doing level caps as well. Okay, we're using potions. Now, since Birdkeeper Toby is a Poketuber, I have to be a little bit more harsh. So if you lose any Pokemon in this run, we can consider this a failure.
There was another potential option for a water grass type bird, and you might think, what do you mean a water grass type bird? A lot of us talked about whether Lotad would count.
Does Lotad count as a bird? It's like a duck? Does that really count as a pineapple duck?
This is really because Lombre has a beak, and on my evolution tree of life, Lombre does live with the bird Pokemon, but I just don't feel that it's bird enough. I did, of course, have one more option before even hitting Petalburg Woods, which was a Tailo, which I...
Tailo, yes, Tailo is awesome. Just get it with guts, burn it, and then die because you're literal paper cannon.
And between the 3 of these Pokemon, I already had the beginning of what I thought was going to be a pretty good and very...
All right, prediction time. He's not going to lose anyone in the first gym battle. Surely not.
And then this happened.
Uh-oh, what happened? Yeah, I knew it. No, I knew it. I said this.
No!
I predicted this exactly. I knew it wasn't going to do enough damage because Wingull has like -2 special attack. So of course it's just going to shoot its goo at a nose pass and do absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's bad. That's like really bad.
He's going to lose. He's got a Tailo and a Torchic now. What are they gonna do?
I decided that if either of my remaining Pokemon, Katsuka or Flutter, were going to die, Flutter was the one that needed.
Oh, we're using growl strats. Actually, a pretty good idea. Get it to lower its attack and also just hope that Rock Tomb misses, I suppose.
And at this point in the game,
and of course, the AI is dumb as bricks and uses tackle for some reason.
Passes physical offense dramatically, and physical offense is all nose pass.
Oh, I saw that berry as well. Yeah, actually a very good tactic to use the berry there to keep your health up in a battle. A lot of people forget and neglect berries.
With lowered attack, I was able to survive so many of its moves and heal up with Potion, and then combined together, my 2 Pokemon, Flutter and Katsuka, were able to win us our first gym badge.
Hey, well done! I mean, that's a victory on 2 fronts, really. Number 1, you get the gym badge, and number 2, you don't have to use a disgusting seagull anymore.
Feeling pumped about winning my first gym badge, I traveled on to Doofer Town. You know what? There's no story beat here. It's a fighting gym. I aced it. Katsuka evolved, and I completely dominated my way through the second gym.
Yeah, if you had any issues in the fighting type gym using only Birdmons, then there would be some words to be had there.
On my way to Marvel Gym, I went on one of the routes I hadn't caught a bird on before, and I caught yet another Wingull to replace the one lost.
Oh, okay, so we're reusing Mons, are we? I suppose you have to if you're only using birds, but it'd be interesting to see if you had a limited amount of birds, what would you be able to do with that? But if you're reusing birds, that's totally fine.
There's a sort of species clause in Nuzlocke, but if you've lost a team member, then you can, I believe, catch another replacement team member. So,
alright, so the way the species clause actually works is if you encounter a Pokemon that you've already seen before, you have an optional chance to just re-roll the encounter and get something new. Because generally, when people do Nuzlocks, they want to use as many different new Pokemon that they can, maybe Pokemon that they haven't used before. So the idea is, oh, I already have one of these, or I've had one, so I want to get something new and different because you want to get that nice variety in your game.
With Wingull everywhere in the Hoenn region, I knew that I'd always have a Wingull somewhere on the team. This one is Cerebeats, who isn't going to be particularly helpful for the third gym because
electric types.
And while yes, I had fighting type moves that could help, the rest of my team, especially Cerebi.net, would really suffer here.
No. Here's what you do. You roll up to the gym, get focus energy on Combuskin, don't get any crits if you're me, get loads of crits if you're anybody else, and just smash them. 2 crits a turn with double kick is big damage.
If Cerebi.net survived that far. Because before I could get ahead of myself, Team Aqua stopped me in the museum and things got intense. Chilled out. No!
Oh my god, he misclicked.
Why
no!
would you allow
I
me?
do that all the time. I've done that before. No, dude, I do that all the time. It is so dumb. How an Oras, if you misclick it, it's just like, oh, well, sorry, your turn is done now. Oh, whoops, I misclicked. Let me just... Wait, that counts as a turn? Yep. Why? Because fuck you, that's why.
I used the Soda Pop to heal the wrong Pokemon, and this misclick cost me Cerebi.net.
That is a completely understandable mistake to make. That's fine. We can let that one slide.
Spoiler warning, I'm totally going to replace it with more than one Wingull in the future.
If I was a Wingull in the Hoenn region right now, I'd be absolutely terrified. He is running through them faster than Usain Bolt did when he got his world record medals.
I also had a rival battle to win out, and this rival battle has a bit of a reputation.
Oh no, it's the Route 110 battle. The scariest battle of all time.
For me, this was the battle that was going to determine whether I was actually going to be able to do this Nuzlocke or not. And honestly, it went really well.
It went well?
For session 2, I was streaming it on my birthday, actually, and I swept through both Wally and the gym as a nice little birthday present as well.
Oh, okay. I guess you just got the gym badge then.
I made it all the way up to the northmost part of the Hoenn region, and there on the Ashfallen route of 113, I found Scum.
Okay, Skarmory, absolutely sick typing, amazing defense, pretty bad move pool, if we're being honest.
All was going well until a new challenger approached. Candy Eevee had come to join the battle live for birthday celebrations with me and decided to take over the stream.
Lucy, what you doing here? Special guest appearance from Candy Eevee.
Despite the fact that she knew I really wanted to add a Swablu to my team, Lucy threatened the death of the only and first Swablu we were going to be able to encounter right now.
Oh no, don't kill the Swablu. It's so good. You have access to so many moves like Astonish and Sing. Oh man, it will be so helpful for your team right now. So I have a little bit of a grudge against Lucy because we did a race a long time ago and she destroyed me, even though I was supposedly more experienced at them, and she was...
Kindly, she didn't do that and gifted me Q-Tip as a birthday present. She then proceeded to risk killing it almost right away while battling Team Aqua in the Meteor Falls.
I swear to God, Swablu is one of the worst mons that you can get. It evolves late, it gets no good moves, no good stats. Altaria is so cool, but then you have to deal with Swablu for like the majority of the game. Game Freak, why did you do this?
So session 3 was a bit calmer. I made my way quite nicely through Mount Chimney's Team Aqua battles and then Flannery, as well as all of the other trainers in Western Hoenn, and at this point of the game, I felt pretty overpowered. Katsuka evolved into a Blaziken, and this is normally a point where in the original games, if I was going home to battle Norman, I would be absolutely terrified.
Nah, I mean, you've got Blaziken, you've got a Skarmory, and you're having a Swablu that can use Sing, so, I mean, you should be absolutely fine here, right?
Here, my Blaziken completely completely sweeped it, allowing me to completely destroy the first half of the game. As soon as Surf was available, I gave it to my H employee, who I haven't really mentioned to this point. This is 3000. It's my Hoenn, who's a sort of unpaid intern of the team, just there to use HM moves, really. And we surfed across the ocean to Eastern Hoenn, where the fun really began. And I immediately got slapped with one of the key differences between Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and the original games. In Oras, they give you a Latias.
Latias is a jet, not a bird. They are not the same thing, Toby. Don't want to see you using any Latiases or Latioses here.
And at first, I was reluctant to add Latias to the team, but people decided Latias was in fact a bird.
No, don't fall to the dark side. No, you've fallen.
That's fair. It has a move called Mist Ball, which causes feathers to appear on the battlefield. So we decided that yes.
That's cope. That's straight up cope. Oh, Mist Ball has feathers. The most copium I've ever seen in my life. See, if I put a Luigi hat on, am I now a Luigi? Oh my god! Okay, we never speak of this again.
And I thought it might be overpowered, but actually I was wrong. It wouldn't even survive until the end of the next gym. But we'll get to that. Now with Mega Evolution available, I was able to give Mega Evolution to Blaziken.
Oh, well, technically you can't Mega Evolve Blaziken because he's just like a guy. He's just like a guy in a fursuit at this point. So, I mean, he's not really, you can't do that.
While already having 5 gym badges and having beaten Norman being this really big symbolic victory, the big battle I was really worried about was another bird keeper, Winona, the flying type gym leader. I evolved Q-Tip into Altaria and wanted to give it some better moves, and while training it, something happened that changed the dynamic of this entire run through. Swellow got burnt. Now Swellow's got an ability called Guts, so when it's got a status move like Paralysis or Burn or Poison, its moves deal double damage. And that's huge.
That's a pretty risky play to make, though. Like, yeah, you can get poisoned, you can get burned, you can deal more damage. But at the same time, you're poisoned or burned, so your likelihood of dying skyrockets rapidly.
Now, while I had nothing on my team that would be able to give Swellow Burn, which usually does a little bit of damage every turn in exchange for the loss of attack power, which it would gain again because of Guts, in this run through, I could give Skarmory Toxic. I entered a rematch double battle and used Toxic from Skarmory onto Swellow.
Oh, he's using rematches to his advantage to give Toxic to Swellow? All that means is you never have to visit a Pokemon Center ever again. Free healthcare out the window, baby. It's capitalism time. Only potions.
Now, this activated the Guts ability, but Swellow was harshly poisoned. However, at the end of the battle, that poison just becomes regular poison. At this point, all I'd have to do...
Oh, I did not know that. I'm learning something new today. I didn't know that badly poison would turn into regular poison at the end of a battle. That's actually really genuinely cool information that I had no idea about.
You might think it would be risky to lose a little bit of health every turn thanks to poison, but given how fast Swellow moved between Facade and Aerial Ace and Quick Attack, my Swellow just absolutely dominated.
Did he just take down a Skarmory with a Swellow?
Of course,
that's
as I mentioned,
insane.
Latias wouldn't survive the whole way through and ultimately fainted to the pursuit of a Dodrio. Okay, so
no, so come on.
My thing.
To pursue. That is the funniest way for a Latias to die. I'm sorry.
Certainly, Latias. I'll catch another one. At this point, my team was beginning to feel pretty stacked. Katsuka, Fluttered, 614, and Q-Tip. They were all...
Dude said, my team's looking stacked, and showed a Wingle.
In Lily Cove, I was able to get the Mega Stone for Altaria. Now, I already had the Mega Stone for Blaziken, so...
Oh, well, technically, if you use the Mega Stone for Altaria, it turns into more of a cloud than a bird, so, I mean, that's technically not legal.
And at this point, there weren't many more bird Pokemon left that I could have access to. Some people suggested Tropius. This isn't a bird. There was...
What do you mean Tropius is totally a bird? Are you kidding me? He's got wing leaves.
Also the discussion about whether Claydol was an owl, and I know that might confuse a lot of people. Let's just Google it. There you go. Now you can't unsee.
Oh, what the hell is that? Seriously, what is all that about? Pokemon fan artists have gone too far this time!
And then we headed off to the 7th Pokemon gym, and once again, Swellow completely destroyed. At this point, I was feeling so confident that I would actually do it, that I'd actually finish my first Nuzlocke. The lineup that I've got to get through now is as follows. Team Aqua and Archie, Kyogre, then Wallace, then the Elite Four, and then the Champion. So the final stretch was beginning. My next concern was Kyogre, because it reverts into Primal Kyogre, giving it a huge power boost.
All right, so here's what you do. You go in with your Altaria, you Mega Evolve it, and then you're home free. You're fine.
Pokemon with Toxic, just hoping that I could kind of stall this fish to death.
I hope that Skarmory has Sturdy, which it should, so you can use Toxic with Sturdy, and then you can, use a ton of potions. You should be all right, fella.
I forgot that I was fighting a box art legend, and this This was the real deal.
It didn't have Sturdy? Oh, Toby, I thought I had Sturdy. Oh, what are you
Swapped
doing?
into Swellow to do as much damage as I could in one hit, and I managed to feint it. But
Holy crap, dude, Swellow is cracked out the wazoo. Jesus Christ.
the fact that Swellow could in one shot, more or less, wipe out a primal Kyogre, I felt very confident about taking on whatever fish Wallace had to throw at me, and quite easily I did so, decimating his entire team as well.
Swellow is going hog wild here. Everyone is terrified of this bird now. This thing is crazy. It's definitely gonna die, isn't it? It's definitely gonna die. We'll find out. Let's see if it dies. I think it's gonna die.
Lots of Pokemon that aren't usually native to the Hoenn Pokedex start showing up after you beat Kyogre. So while soaring, I bumped into a Murkrow, which I caught and called Nimbus. I did try to avoid—
Oh, using the clouds. Actually, a genuinely good idea that I hadn't thought of. Just going into the clouds, you know, seeing what's up in the skies. Should be a ton of birds there.
I thought this would help me though against Phoebe of the Elite Four, and actually all of my teammates were starting to see how they would blend in together with the Elite Four. Mega Altaria with its fairy type could take on Drake, Katsuka could take on Sydney or Glacier or Steven. I was worried about Glacier because she does have a Wall Rain, and while Blaziken has the fighting moves to deal with its ice powers, its water powers could equal death for Blaziken. But while I was busy worrying about that as I was traveling through Victory Road formulating a plan, I didn't realize that there was a threat dead ahead. Wally, you, the joke rival from early in the game. That's cute. He's got an Altaria. I have an Altaria too, and mine's Mega, so using its fairy powers, I didn't take any damage from its dragon type moves. I set up 6 dragon dances.
He got so greedy. He set up 6 D-dances. I mean, if you have the opportunity to, and the Altaria can't do anything, that's a completely valid way of playing it. However, I am gonna act like the comment section right now.
Why are you using Dragon Dance? That upsets me. You're making it too easy on yourself. Just sweeping? That's boring.
Behind me began the sweeping assault, or at least I thought it would be a sweeping assault.
I mean, it's an easy win. You really don't have anything to worry about. You should be able to live any flash cannon. It's not gonna one-shot you, like, unless it crits, obviously. Like, oh, it just one-shot him straight up. I thought Altaria was more bulky than that.
I would avenge Q-Tip. I swept through the rest of his team in a furious rage. Now,
ooh, that's bad for the Elite Four. He needed that for the Dragon type user. Uh-oh.
there was only one sound in the whole Pokemon world that could calm me down. It belongs to a legendary bird. See, in Oras, like I mentioned with Murkrow, after you get Primal Kyogre, certain other Pokemon appear, and there is a legendary bird that appears in Alpha Sapphire specifically.
Oh my god, is he gonna go and get Lugia? He's gonna go and catch Lugia, no shot. Okay, I mean, it's in the game, it's available, it's your rule set. If you want to, you know, cheat and get a Lugia, then that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't because it's way too easy when you have a Lugia, but you know, if you're a little cheer, it's okay.
Went out of my way to go and catch Lugia. I did the side quest with the Deep Ski Scanner and then battled it, catching it with my Master Ball. I left the Sea Marvel and hit the button to soar and headed towards Evergrande City when then there was another Mirage area that appeared. The Mirage Island that's in the crescent moon shape.
The Crescent Moon, Cresselia? You want to add another you want to add a Cresselia to your team right now?
I'm talking about the croissant-shaped duck swan Pokemon Cresselia. And look, I really was reluctant to add yet another legendary Pokemon to the team, but I did a poll and everyone said, yeah, this is a bird. Biologically, I think it's probably closer related to a croissant, which is what I named it, and the Lugia cheese. But at least now I had a final team ready to go up against the Elite Four. Katsuka the Blaziken, Flutter the Swellow, Nimbus the Murkrow, Peck the Pelipper, Croissant the Cresselia, and Cheese the Lugia.
Okay, well, if I know anything about Toby, Pelipper is 100% dead, not making it to the end. I also think that Swellow has been soaring a little bit too close to the sun recently. I don't think the legendaries will die, and the star's got to make it through. The star's not going to die. Murkrow will probably never be used, so we'll never see that die either.
Anyway, I had come all this way from Little Root Town with my Torchic and my Tailo to this place, to the Elite Four, and after a little bit of prep work, all went exactly as I hoped.
Sydney gets absolutely cheek clapped by Mega Blaziken. Phoebe's a little bit more difficult, but Murkrow should be able to help out there. Glacier is the one that I'm most concerned about, but I think Blaziken can handle it.
Sydney was first, and between speed boosts and power-up punches, Katsuka led the way through Sydney with Flutter providing support. We defeated this first member of the Elite Four, and I was very relieved to find out that they don't use Megas in the first battle. Against Phoebe, it was Murkrow who did a lot of hard work, but actually Katsuka with speed boost and protect and blaze kick helped destroy some of the later team members like Dusknoir. Then came Glacier, who was my biggest worry with Wall Rain having its water type that strong against Blaziken.
All right, how does this go?
I managed to one-shot her with a brick break. My confidence boosted
Wow.
hugely. I can do this, I thought.
Wow, Mega Blaziken level 47 is one-shotting Walreins? I mean, I know it's strong, but I thought the Walrein had a little bit more bulk to it. I guess
Just
not.
2 battles left to go. Drake.
There's no way. I mean, Drake, you're going to struggle on this. I guess with the Lugia and the Cresselia, not so much, but the original team would struggle so much with this.
Poor timing and bad strategy lost me Peck.
Why is Peck level 25? You're not prepping your team. You don't bring a level 25 into this like, oh man, I hope it's strong enough. You're literally killing them on purpose, Toby. You know you are, you mass murderer. You should be arrested on the spot immediately.
Who, to be honest, I was using for a situation like this just to pivot around Pokemon. And then I also lost Nimbus, but that was fine because I was only using Nimbus to battle.
Oh, Nimbus goes down soon. Nimbus deserved better. Nimbus was caught specifically to help you through Phoebe, and then you just throw it away like it's nothing. You're supposed to love and appreciate your Pokemon, not just throw them away like they're yesterday's bologna sandwich.
But my remaining flock swooped in and proved that birds are actually better than dragons. Here we were. With 4 Pokemon left, we had made it all.
Okay, champion battle time. Let's see. He's a Steel-type user. You have a Blaziken. This should go perfectly.
I began with Cheese, who I managed to set up with 6 Calm Mines and completely destroy Skarmory.
Oh, you use 6 Calm Mines? I'm so mad that you would do that!
But Aggron survived a Hydro Pump with Sturdy and then hit me with a Stone Edge, taking Lugia out of the sky.
Oh, big Stone Edge. That's incredible. You'd never think that would happen because Stone Edge doesn't land. Though I guess it is the AI.
However, I used my knowledge of the fact that Steven was likely going to heal here to get off a power-up punch. Then I would protect to get a speed boost, and then I would begin to sweep.
That's a good idea. Use Power-Up Punch when you know they're going to protect because you can't one-shot the Aggron anyway with Sturdy, so you might as well get the attack buff while you can, then get the speed. It's basically the same as Dragon Dancing, except the main difference is YouTube comments won't complain about it because technically it's slightly different in terms of strategy.
And there was just 1 Pokemon left between me and victory.
Okay, this thing is 11 levels ahead of you. I think that you're in a bit of a bad situation here.
Mega Metagross. Realizing that this was the end of the Nuzlocke, and for the greater good of the Nuzlocke, I decided to make a choice. I chose the weaker move that had 100% accuracy, knowing that if Blaziken went down, Cosquello could come here and sweep in and use Facade.
Ooh, use Facade.
A move given to me by my own father to defeat Steven the champion and become the champion myself. Metagross fell. I was so happy. I had just 2 Pokemon left in my team, but I had done it. I had beaten the game. I had defeated my first Nuzlocke and... Wait, what's my chat talking about? Sorry, what do you mean mid-credit battle?
Okay, people say that you need to do the May battle at the end. I don't agree with that. Listen, Nuzlocke's for me, you win when you beat the champion. And that's straight up it. Everything else is just dusting on the donut after. And look, he still ends up beating May anyway. So you got a massive fat club. Congratulations, Toby. I'll leave his original video in the description. Please subscribe to Toby. He's awesome and he's a good friend of mine. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more reactions to Nuzlocke, let me know what I should react to next in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video. Bye.